Yeah, so I get in there, I get in Spofford. They bring me to a little intake room where it's one dude, it's one staff member, and this staff member dude, he don't look right. You know what I mean? This dude got a real funny aura about him and all that. So he tell me, take off all my shit, right? So now he's doing a strip search and all that. While I'm taking off all my shit, now this nigga sitting back giggling. You know what I mean? I had the Figueroa chain with the small anchor. I had to take that off. I had to hand that over. Yo, I swore I wasn't getting my shit back. You know what I mean? The way this nigga looked like he wanted to keep my shit. So as he's doing the strip search, this dude's sitting back giggling. I'm like, yo, that was, it was a funny feeling and all that. Like, I ain't know about that dude. You know what I mean? That dude's probably locked up right now behind some pedophile shit, that dude. I don't know. You know what I mean? But we do all of that, so we get through with the strip search. They throw me on the elevator. I'm on the elevator. So now, as I'm on the elevator, I'm thinking about all the stories that I heard in the past about Spofford. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, yo, this shit's about to be crazy. Mind you, this is 3:34 in the morning. 3:34 in the morning, my adrenaline is up. I'm like, yo, this shit's about to be crazy. So he bring me through the dorm. So they have they brung me to B2. If you ever been in there, you know B2. So he brings me up in B2. They give me a dorm room. You know what I mean? It has a big, heavy wooden door, and it has like a slab, right? Like maybe maybe like a 1.5 foot slab with gates, with a little gate on the slab. But this gate, it's not big enough to put a pen through. You know what I mean? So the nigga slams the door mad hard behind me. Boom! Slams the door. And I'm like, yo, fuck this nigga. He had to do that? You know what I mean? So now I'm laying there in a little bed. I'm laying in the bed. I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I get myself into? So I was so disgusted and mad and confused, right? At this certain point in time, yo, I ended up falling asleep. Yo, my God's honest truth, it felt like the next 10 minutes, they was banging back on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Get up, get the fuck up. So when I jump up, right, I open up my door, and down the hall, if you've been in there, you know what I'm talking about. Down the hall, I see the staff member going at it with an inmate, with a juvenile inmate. So the juvenile inmate got blood coming out of his nose, and the staff nigga's an African nigga, and he's like wilding. You know what I mean? He's holding them. The juvenile inmate is trying to take the staff dude's head off. You know what I mean? He's swinging at him. The staff dude is holding him and all that. You know what I mean? So they brung more staff from another dorm to come and defuse the situation. So they defused the situation, and they held the juvenile kid. They held the kid in the corner. You know what I mean? While they talked to him, the kid didn't get penalized or nothing like that. They just talked to him, and they kept the kid calm. So now they give the option to take a shower. So I go and jump in the shower, right? I come out. They told me to pick a sweater. Pick a sweater or a shirt to wear. Now, all the dorms is color-coded. So our color for B2 was navy blue, right? The color for B2 was navy blue. So I ended up with a navy blue sweater, right? And then I had to pick some sneakers. Now, there was a bin full of sneakers, right? And there was some navy blue sneakers in the bin. Yo, why nobody in the dorm had navy blue sneakers but me? Mind you, I just got a cut from Ron, Supreme Clientele in the Bronx. If you're from the Bronx, you know what I'm talking about. I just got a cut from Ron the day before. So now I'm up in there with a fresh cut, right? The blue sweater, navy blue sweater, with the navy blue sneakers to match. You understand what I'm saying? So now nobody else in the dorm got the sneakers to the shirt to match. So that's already gonna make me stand out. You know what I mean? So I go to the day room. They got the day room where everybody's sitting there and they watching TV, waiting to go down for breakfast, right? So they said, we going to breakfast. So now I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh man, here we go. So they bring us down to the breakfast. So I walk into the mess hall. You see the whole fucking jail. The whole fucking jail is in the mess hall, color-coded. Everybody got different colors to represent their dorm. You know what I'm saying? That's how they did it in Spofford. So I get on the line, we get the food and all. They gave mad food in there. They gave mad food and shit. So I go to sit down, right? Check it. I go to sit down. I sit at the table. Some other dude comes and sits across from me. Check this out. The staff member comes up to me and he says, yo, you know who this dude is, right? Sitting next to you, sitting across from you. And I'm like, nah. He said, that's Jamel Grayton. So I'm like, who's Jamel Grayton? I don't know who no Jamel Grayton is. He said, that's the kid that pushed the girl in front of the train when the train was coming. So I'm like, oh, word? I'm like, yo, this shit's crazy. Yo, what happened was, this dude tried to talk to the girl, right? He tried to talk to the girl. The girl dubbed him. So he waited for the train to come. And when the train came, he pushed the girl in front of the train. You know what I mean? So now I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, I'm a kid making stupid mistakes and all that. But that nigga, this nigga belong in here. Facts. This nigga's a premeditated murderer. Me, I'm just a young nigga making mistakes and all that. You know what I mean? So I was still hungry. I'm a big nigga, eat a lot. So I was still hungry. So I asked, I said, yo, could we go up and get some more? He said, yeah, you get as much as you want, as long as it's there. So I go back up there, get some more food. Boom, we ate. So they run us back upstairs. They make us all sit in the day room. So there wasn't no activities for us to do. So as I'm in the day room, I'm thinking, all right, so, you know, I guess this is the point where shit is about to get stupid. Niggas is bored at this point, waiting, sitting, watching TV. This is where it's gonna get stupid, right? Yo, this shit didn't get stupid at all. Niggas is coming up talking. Everybody's talking about why they in there. You know, my man's over here is like, yo, we robbed the fucking weed spot, this and that. You know, niggas, everybody's telling their stories of why they in there. You know, mind you, the whole dorm is telling their stories of why they in there. Everything is cool, you know what I mean? Nobody's acting up or nothing. So, okay, now it's time to go, by this time, it's time to go back to lunch. So we go back down to the mess hall. We back up in there eating and all that, you know. So as we sitting there, two other dudes from two different dorms, they start going at it, right? And I see some Chinese kid. I see a Chinese kid in there, right? I found out this later. There was a Chinese kid walking through the dorm. That Chinese kid was the rapper. He's a rapper now. China Mac is his name. China Mac. So I was in there with him. So he was in there, you know what I mean? And he's looking at the other two dudes going at it and this and that. So the staff diffused that situation and all that. They ran us back upstairs, right? They took us to a room, to a little rec room. It had pool tables. So as soon as we get up in the rec room, they playing a song from Foxy Brown and Blackstreet. Gotta get you home with me tonight. That was in rotation on the radio at the time, because this was the time of that song when that song first dropped. So I'm up in there, you know, we playing pool. Everything is cool. Everything is gravy and all that. So the staff member niggas, what I can remember the most, right, is the staff member dudes. The staff member dudes, all of these dudes looked at like pedophiles, like these niggas is on some funny shit. You know what I mean? Mind you, all I could remember, funny staff members, right? Funny style staff members, and a fucked up ass jail with the paint ripping off. The paint was ripping off the walls and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up in there, and I go up to another one of the inmates, and I tell him, I said, yo, it's something, you know, these staff, yo, since 8 years old, I knew how to read body language. So I always knew when something ain't right, or somebody ain't right, or something don't look right. So I'm like, yo, these staff members and shit, I don't know about these dudes and shit. These dudes look like these dudes that do us dirty or some shit like that, on some sleeper shit, like the movie Sleepers and shit. You know what I mean? So two other niggas that I was talking to, they agreed. They like, word, yo. So the two other niggas said to me, yo, if some funny shit happened, and yo, we gonna form like Voltron and we fucking these niggas up. Talking about the staff members, I'm like, yeah, I'm with it. You know what I mean? These niggas try to act up, we fucking these niggas up. Mind you, there wasn't no drama with other inmates. We ready to ride on the staff if these niggas act up. Mind you, all of us in B2, we ain't been there too long. Most of us just got there. Me, this was my first day. And these other dudes, it was like their third day, fourth day, fifth day. So we all fairly new. There ain't nobody that was in there in the dorm B2 that been there for a minute, right? So now, we do that. They take us back up there to the day room. They ain't got no activities for us. You know, the pool shit was cool, but they ain't got no activities for us outside of that. So they take us back to the day room, right? And we up in the day room watching TV. Yo, ain't nobody beefing over what to watch on TV or none of that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I heard a lot of stories and shit about Spofford coming up. Yo, my God's honest truth, like I ain't seen no crazy shit on my first day of being there. It wasn't no crazy shit at all. Yes, it was a fucked up ass jail. It was a fucked up ass jail with the asbestos paint coming off the wall. There was some staff niggas looking funny and all that shit. You know what I mean? But it wasn't no drama, no violence and shit was going on. You know what I mean? At that time, right? So now, at this point, they run us back down for dinner. This is the last, we went for dinner, so we sat up in there, you know, we had dinner. Then they brung us back to the dorm room and gave us a snack. So now, they like, yo, it's time to sleep. Everybody got to go back into their room and go to sleep, right? So now, as I'm in the room, right? As I'm in the room, and I'm standing there. I'm not ready to go to sleep yet. Fuck that. So I'm standing there in the room, right? So I ended up talking. I ended up cracking my door open, and we all was talking. We all talking about the different boroughs and all that. And we talking about the different boroughs that we come from, and this and that. And we like, yo, we laughing, and everything was cool. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep it official with y'all. It really wasn't crazy like the way I thought it would be on my first day. You understand what I'm saying? So, I finally did lay down, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, man. I don't know when they gonna let me up out of this shit and this and that. But I said to myself, yo, I'm gonna make the best of it and all of that. That's my first day in Spofford. You already know. The meth lab.